This is the Aftermarket Radio Network. It's your Weekly Blitz with Chris, keeping you in the game.
Coming to you from the crossroads of industry knowledge and business innovation, this is the Weekly Blitz, hosted by me, Coach Chris Cotton from AutoFix-Auto Shop Coaching. The Weekly Blitz is the show that supercharges your auto repair business knowledge, helping you navigate the labyrinth of the automotive world, giving you the tools and the tips you need to steer your business to success. Each week, we deliver an episode jam-packed with insider know-how, industry developments, practical business strategies, and surprising things you didn't know you didn't know. The Weekly Blitz is brought to you by Shop Marketing Pros. I've been personally recommending Shop Marketing Pros since way before they were a podcast sponsor. They also do most, if not all, of my clients' marketing, and they should be doing yours as well. Many of my coaching clients work with Shop Marketing Pros and see results like they've never seen from other marketers before. To learn more about their top-tier marketing for top-tier shops, see their link in the show notes or go to shopmarketingpros.com/Chris. It's time to roll up the garage door on the mysteries of auto repair entrepreneurship. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a starter in the game, this podcast is your owner's manual to running a successful independent auto repair shop. Now strap yourselves in, turn the key, and let's hit the gas. Today, I want to talk about barriers to coaching. Kimberly and I were traveling recently and started talking about it. She's like, I have a podcast episode for you. Why don't you talk about how you got into coaching to begin with and everything like that? I sketched it out and here we are. Really, it's kind of strange. So I went from being a service advisor to a manager to a store owner. I was always good at building relationships and selling, but nobody along the way really taught me the metrics of the business, or they never gave me any goals. They're just like, okay, more is better, keep going. When I look back at how I got in, Kimberly and I went in, purchased the business. There was no or very little internet back then. So think back to 2005 is when we got into coaching, I believe. And in 2005, there just wasn't much information out there. But it's funny, thank goodness there was a set of books there from a coaching company. They were in the business, and I was reading through there, and you can get a lot of information through there, but sometimes there's connections and it's hard to put the pieces together. And for whatever reason, I read that book. I started doing a little bit better. And in my mind, I remember thinking this to myself, if I ever have an opportunity to get with these people, I should sign up and do it, and the sky will be the limit. It never occurred to me to just give them a call. Their 1-800 number was in the book, and I don't know why. It seems stupid to think about that, but thinking about the book and everything that was in it, and I say this often. Matter of fact, I say it in the show opening. I said it just a couple of minutes ago. In the beginning, I didn't know what I didn't know. We were making good money. We had a shop that was doing close to $2 million a year. We had cash flow, but we weren't gaining any ground. Our parts margins were terrible. Our labor margins were a little bit better. And our net, because we did a good job of our expenses, was about breaking even. So I had a shop that we had bought and we're breaking even on a $2 million shop. It's sad. I'm sorry. I just didn't know what I didn't know, and I had to get into coaching in order to do that. And so I was thinking about, I had barriers back then, but what are barriers to coaching now? And so that's what we're going to talk about. So I think auto repair shop owners face several barriers that prevent them from seeking out coaching or assistance to improve their auto repair shop operations. Here's a few key barriers and hopefully some ways to overcome them. Number one, obviously, is financial constraints. Many owners believe they can't afford the cost of professional coaching or consultant services. To overcome this, I want you to think about what are some more affordable alternatives like online webinars, seminars, industry networking events, free podcasts, the Aftermarket Radio Network. There's a ton of stuff out there. And also, you could try seeking out mentorship from a more experienced industry professional. I will also tell you, a couple of weeks ago, if you listen to this every week, I did a podcast talking about our coaching practice and our services a little bit. On average, if you take all of our shops nationwide and squeeze them together, our average return on investment, or ROI, is 9x. So every dollar you give us, we're going to give you $9 in net profit in return. And I think that's amazing. I don't know what the other coaching companies do. It really doesn't matter. I just try to focus on myself. But if you're thinking financial constraints are going to be an issue, they probably are in the beginning, but we try to roll you through the first part of our process pretty quickly and make sure that we're returning that cash back to you. Number 2, lack of time. Running an auto repair shop is time consuming. It leaves little time for additional activities like coaching sessions. Overcoming this barrier requires a time management strategy. In my classes and everything else, we talk about time blocking. This is one of the things that we do through coaching. Also, as owners, if somebody in your business can do it 80% or to 80% proficiency of what you can, let them do it. Delegate those tasks to trusted employees. Those things are going to free up your schedule for professional development. When I think about things that take up your time, marketing, branding, and getting your followers to know, like, and trust you is one of those things that is super important, but also time consuming. That's why I like using and recommending shop marketing pros. They're going to take those things off your plate and they're also going to coach you on the things you should be focusing on and tracking the things you need to track when it comes to your marketing efforts. Make sure you go to the show notes and click on the link to their auto repair marketing mastermind group in Facebook. It's a great resource. In addition to the links that are going to be in the show notes, you can go listen to Brian and Kim on the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast. You can find it on the Aftermarket Radio Network, and that link is in the show notes as well. If you're looking for a marketing company to take you to the next level, then why not try Shop Marketing Pros, top tier marketing for top tier shops? So if we go back to our list, number 3 kind of ties back into the ROI thing that we were talking about. Skepticism about the value of coaching. Some shop owners may doubt the effectiveness or need for coaching, and they think they already know everything necessary to run their business. In order to address this, coaching services like myself can provide you with success stories, testimonials, and other ways to demonstrate the value that they can offer. Again, would I love for everybody to be coached by my company? Absolutely. But there's so many of you out there that you can't. And my honest opinion is find a coach. It could be us, it could be another company, but really find one that you like and that can help you out and then just go from there. To step back just a second, nobody knows everything they need to know. And I will tell you a lot of the issues we run into is that owners are stuck in their fishbowl. This is something that's been recent and they only think about things from their perspective. The thing about a coach, when we're talking about this, is our job is to pull you out of the weeds, to pull you out of the forest, and give you what we call a helicopter view of your business so that you can see things freshly and see things in a new light and make better decisions. Number 4, reluctance to change. Oof. I think episode 121, 120, where I was talking about my coaching experience with a shop in California. That shop owner could have done great things, doubled the size of their business, but they just didn't want to change or couldn't find it in themselves to change. Many people, not just business owners, resist change, even when it can benefit them. Change can be intimidating and it's going to push individuals out of their comfort zones. In order to overcome this, it can be helpful to gradually implement new practices or procedures instead of making large scale changes all at once. That was my problem. I would go to a seminar, go to things, and I would fill up a legal pad with 100 different things I wanted to change. And I would go back to the shop and try to change them all at once. So, one thing we've learned and we know as shop owners, we got to work on 2, 3, 4 things, maybe max, because that's all your shop's going to be able to handle. That's all your employees are going to be able to handle before we push into other things. So, we need to get those done as correctly and efficiently as we can, and then keep moving on. Number 5, pride and independence. Some owners may feel that seeking help is a sign of weakness or incompetence. I think that's very unfortunate and very unnecessary. Again, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. But if you don't ask, then how can you move forward? A lot of times I get contacted by people like, oh, I wished I would have been able to get in touch with you 6 months ago, or I wish I would have went ahead and signed up 6 months ago because it just puts them behind. Or I've had people that have come on like a full year after we've talked, and we just lose a lot of time. That's basically what you're doing by not saying yes, is you're losing all the time that you could have been fixing your business to not. This pride and independence thing, this mindset can be challenging to overcome but it's crucial to remember that everyone has areas for growth. Everyone. I have areas for growth. You have areas for growth. The most successful people seek out guidance from others. LeBron James has a coach. Tom Brady had a coach. He had a whole team around him. All of these high performance athletes have coaches and they have people to help them get to the next level. Number 6 was kind of what I was talking about in the beginning, lack of awareness. Some shop owners may simply not be aware of the coaching options available to them. So what we're trying to do is through the podcast and everything else, promoting these services more effectively and making them more accessible could help address this barrier. Again, this is why we ask you to please share with all of your neighbors. You need to remember that you're friends in business with people and no two shops are alike, and you shouldn't be worried about them learning your secret sauce. Make sure you share and help them out. Share the podcast, share the Facebook groups, share the YouTube channels, share all the free things, and then let them make up their decisions there. The other thing is to encourage more auto repair shop owners to seek out coaching. It's helpful to emphasize the potential benefits such as increased profits, improved customer satisfaction, and reduced stress levels. And we haven't even talked about work-life balance. Even successful businesses can benefit from outside perspectives and advice. And these things are going to help alleviate some of the concerns about seeking help, hopefully. If you need help, there's no time like the present. If you don't reach out to us or one of the other coaching companies in the industry, it's nobody's fault but your own. You need to get out, ask for help. I will always take a 30-minute call to help learn about your business and give you some pointers. If you sign up for coaching, great. If you don't, fine, I understand, but at least I know you tried. Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. And I hope you found this episode of the Weekly Blitz both informative and inspiring. I truly believe in the power of knowledge and collaboration to drive success. And I trust that the insights we've shared today can empower you to take your auto repair business to the next level. We're incredibly grateful for all of our listeners. Your commitment to learning, growth, and improvement is what keeps us doing what we do. And we never forget that. We also want to thank our incredible sponsor, Shop Marketing Pros, for making this show possible. Their dedication to the success of independent auto repair shops like yours is truly unparalleled. Shop Marketing Pros provides top-tier marketing for top-tier shops just like yours. Remember, success doesn't come to you. You have to go out and get it. It's about making strategic decisions, fostering effective management, and continuously seeking to educate yourself and your team. That's what the Weekly Blitz is all about, and we're committed to being a resource for you every step of the way. Join us next week as we continue to provide actionable insights, expert advice, and real-world stories from the trenches of the auto repair industry. Don't forget to subscribe, share this podcast with fellow shop owners, and leave us a review if you enjoyed today's episode. As always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to tackle in an upcoming episode, please get in touch with me, Chris at AutoFix-SOS.com. Your input is what shapes this show. Until next time, I'm Chris Cotton signing off. Keep your gears running smoothly, keep learning, and keep growing. Remember, in this business, every day is a chance to get better. Here's to your continued success. As always, it's time to rise and grind. Have a great day, everybody.
You've been listening to the Weekly Blitz with Coach Chris Cotton on the AftermarketRadioNetwork.com. Follow Chris on your favorite podcast listening app. Let him know what you'd like him to cover. His email is in the show notes. Chris is all for advancing the aftermarket.